Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Jables.
Hi.
Oh, it's getting rougher and rougher, isn't it?
What?
We're nowhere near close to noon.
No.
No.
No. No.
Yeesh.
Wait, what?
It's
We're
been
late.
a brutal trip.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, we're out here recording the audiobook for St. James Street James. As the sun rises, it dawns on him. What we always do is rent out like a huge Airbnb and then have like a bunch of voice-over actors come in and do the whole shit. We're recording shows in the day and then the book at night. Problem is, in an Airbnb with like 90 people at the end of it, this place becomes a fucking hellhole.
Yeah.
Dan dispersed of maybe 460 White Claw cans last night.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much homeless here that I'm surprised he didn't just throw it out the window. I mean, somebody could have made $40 off of that bag last night.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? But Dan only thinks of himself, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
so.
that's the real problem with Dan.
He hates homeless. There's nothing Dan hates more than homeless. No, but we're here. James, you were near death. How are you feeling today?
Not amazing.
Really?
But definitely passable. Like, I'm here. I'm here for the people.
Yeah.
Missed you guys. Felt really, really weird not to do the show yesterday.
Right.
But it was not going to happen. I don't want to get graphic.
No, and there's no need to.
There's
but
no need.
You were down for the count.
For the count.
Yeah.
And up for all the other counts. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the problem when your wife is your sound editor is you have to record the audiobook.
Right.
Recording an audiobook is fucking intense. I mean,
Right.
It is really, really intense. And you had to be up for that last night, therefore you couldn't do the show yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was pretty brutal. So much so, in fact, you went full Hollywood last night. Can we talk about it?
It wasn't full Hollywood. It was full sickness. I had a lady come, a nice lady, come and give me an IV.
We had an IV to the stars woman come last night and give Jessie an IV at 9:00 at night.
Yeah.
Because
that's the only way that I would be here with you now, or get through the rest of the book.
I feel like you've made it, though. You were famous enough that somebody brought over an IV at 9:00 at night on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, yeah.
That's pretty fucking incredible to me.
Yeah, it felt real, you know.
The beauty of it was there was a girl who was just like, yo, can I get in on this?
Yeah.
She showed up and got an IV next to you.
P.S. She jumped on our bill. Just going to let you know that. But whatever.
Did she really?
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
There's a guy that hooks stuff up for us in our circle.
Yeah.
That you never know what's going to happen once he hooks you up with it. You know what I mean?
It's so great.
But it is what it is.
That's
you
really
know,
funny.
I got what I needed. I was willing to pay $12 million to feel better because it's the kind of sick that like you can't even look people in the eyes. Like the indignity of it is the worst part.
Sure.
Right? And like I went to the store and it was just like I couldn't talk to people. I couldn't move. Like I'm in a Airbnb with 3 dudes, sometimes 4, sometimes 5, sometimes 6
I think it was 8 or
dudes.
9 here last night. Yeah.
8 or 9 dudes.
Yeah.
And I'm going through what I'm going through with one guest bath. So
Sure.
I can't, if I were to talk to people about my nightmares, what's the worst nightmare? Do you know what I mean?
Probably
What's
that
the
one.
worst thing that could happen? Oh, I'm an Airbnb with all these guys that I work with and people that I admire and actors coming to read books. And then I have the worst kind of sickness that a person can have.
It's probably the Rona. What do you think?
I don't think it was the Rona. And it may still be. I mean, I heard with Rona, you feel better and then you feel worse. So who knows?
What I know is this. With everyone in our studio, Giorgio, Dan, and I, like, you're with the 3 biggest dirtbags on the planet. So chances are, you're probably the last one to get the Rona. I feel like Giorgio's had it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Dan, I've definitely had it. Dan's definitely had it. Like, it's, you know, I think you were the last of the Mohicans on this one. And you got through it, but we got an IV to the stars to you last night.
IV to the stars.
And
IV to the stars.
You go to my Instagram at stjames. Check it. It's on my stories from last night. It's really fucking funny. Because we're in the middle of this table read for the book. And you're just getting hooked up with some strange girl. Homegirl shows up in like a little baby doll dress too.
Gosh, that
classic
was a
Hollywood.
Small dress.
Very small dress. Classic
I know
Hollywood.
You noticed.
We all noticed. Fucking pussy was hanging out, like
pussy and butt cheeks. Yeah.
Yeah. We were like, oh, all right.
The whole bottom half. I was like, is there? Like, it really looked like her literal pussy.
You could see her fucking lady.
But we're hanging out
for sure.
And I'm sure no one was really complaining about it, but I was just kind of like, okay. And I was like, are you doing something tonight? And she was like, no. I just have a lot of anxiety, and this one shot helps me out. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Keep telling yourself that.
Big fan. But as I looked over, a big fan of the IV woman and
she
the two
was
of you
great.
Guys. But looking over at you guys, it was totally surreal because they said, look, we'll be in and out in a half hour. You're going to get this IV.
She was.
We'll be done in a half hour. She was amazing. Both you guys were done. And homegirl just walks out. I don't even know her name. She only showed up for the IV, got the IV, and then left. And then that was it. And she was off for the night. She goes, what are you guys doing here? Recording a book? Fun.
Yeah. It was fun. That's a bitch that can ask for what she wants too, because like that is the total opposite of me is what I saw. Like I was looking in the mirror of like the opposite where like she walks in, the lady's like, I only brought one of these glutamine pushes is what they are. And it's supposed to be mine for like Advil. It's like anti-inflammatory. It's supposed to make you feel better.
Right.
But somewhere in the confusion on the text thread, it was hers. Like she was asking for it, but the lady only brought one for me anyways. And this is a bitch that comes in and goes, oh, well, I just drove all the way here for it. And I was like, okay.
Well, it was already in your arm, so who gives a shit?
No, she actually took one of, there was going to be a last thing. So there was going to be an IV,
gotcha,
and then there was going to be a glutamine push. So like using the same needle, she was going to push this like feel better juice into me.
Oh, gotcha.
And the other girl was like, actually, I came for that.
You've
I was
got
like,
to speak up, James. You got to develop a dominant voice.
She was the one that kind of helped us hook it up. There was like different, I know.
You know? Who gives a shit? You're the one dying.
But I just
what was she going to do last night?
She just had a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah, but she was probably going to go blow some dude and then, be on with her night. Like, who cares? Who fucking cares?
I just like looked at that whole situation and was just like, dude, I was weak. I was like, I just want to feel better. I don't fucking care. Like, just whatever.
It was as Hollywood as you could get last night. I love it.
But that is very out here, though. Like, it reminded me a lot of the girls that are out here and the mentality that's out here. It's like, you got to get what you fucking want.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I mean? You have to come in and say, no, oh, you're dying? No, I'm taking that because I feel a little bit sad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the whole mentality that I forget about sometimes.
You have to forget about all of these people because it is over.
Yeah.
It is over. We had a conversation last night of what this city would be like in 10 years. It's over.
Yeah.
It is over out here.
Yeah.
Because homegirl was just walking through homeless people and all that shit in her dress with the labia out and all that stuff. And it was like it's no big deal around. And you're like, man.
You just have to tune it out. Like, I know what they're doing. They're just like, it'll come back. It'll be back.
Yeah.
LA's going to come back. Just after all of this, like after it gets cleaned up, after Trump's gone, then we can clean it up.
No.
And it's like, it's not. It's
not.
just going to get worse. It's falling farther and farther into the shitter.
Right.
And And I remember doing it a little bit when I lived out here as far as the tuning out and the blinders. Like there was some shit that you're like, this is dirty, this is gross, like this place is whatever, but you have to, and I guess that's what everyone's doing, because there are people that live out here that you go, how the fuck do you do this?
Right.
And they just like put the blinders on. They're like, oh, we don't see it. It's the best city in the world. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was funny yesterday because we had Matt Belinsky on. It was great. That guy's fucking rad. It was a great interview yesterday.
I was bummed to miss that.
Yeah, he's fantastic. And I was asking him about it a little bit after the show, and I was like, what happened in the last year? Like, what made this switch from this city being nice and cool to like just a complete shithole?
Mm-hmm.
Because my guess was COVID. I thought it was COVID. I was like, all right.
Oh my God.
Everybody got sick. Businesses shut down. And then like people started thinking. He said he was actually, no, he goes, it was the protest that happened. And I was like, why the protest specifically? And he goes, because the police were pulled in so many different directions to go for the protest.
People were able to set up shop, take
over places, smash fucking
and then at
businesses.
This point, they don't want to go into that.
Correct. And they can't go back there now. And so he said, because what he was saying, he was like, look, man, it was like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks of protests everywhere. So like they needed backup in all these places. Therefore, like, you know, everything else was just kind of open game and people set up shop in tents and that was it. And I was like, that was an interesting way to look at it. I didn't know that was going to happen. Yeah. Speaking of COVID, we might have a cure, Jables.
Really?
Might have a cure, Jables.
Jables, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Pfizer. Pfizer might be the answer, Jables.
Oh Lord, how much is that going to cost? Pfizer's always been so great.
Here's the thing: it's free, so it is going to be free.
If you download the app or what?
Well, yeah, exactly, right? So they've been tapped for the vaccination here. I'm going to read this right off here because this is breaking news. U.S. agrees to pay Pfizer and BioNTech $2 billion for 100 million doses of the coronavirus vaccine. Under the agreement, the U.S. will get 100 million doses of the vaccine if it works, is what they're saying. And then it can acquire 500 million additional doses if needed. It says that German biotech firm BioNTech and Pfizer are jointly developing the vaccine. And they're saying that Americans will not have to pay for it. So it will be free.
Okay. I'm not going to take it, but.
So we'll see. I'm not either. I mean, look, once you have it, you have it. So it's
that's
like,
not even it.
Moving on.
I don't like it. There's a couple things you don't want to rush to market, right?
Right.
A plane, maybe?
Yeah, a plane. Sure.
Vaccine. What would be another one? I don't know.
Yeah, James. You're all out.
I'm not running on all cylinders. I was hoping you'd help me with something.
Condoms. You don't want to rush a condom to market.
Condom to market. Birth control, maybe.
Gotta test that out.
Epidural.
Yeah. Look, we obviously have a lot of friends in the military, and they were like, "Look, man, we got enough vaccines, like going into the military and shit. I'm not putting another fucking piece of bullshit in my body." What I will.
When it's been years.
Yeah. Here's
I'm not against vaccines. I'm really not.
Here's my thing with it, right? What I'm happy about, and at least this gives me some form of hope, of like, all right, if we can have a vaccine by December, like this is slated to right now, I mean, sports can come back. So the rest of this shit, I don't care about. Because right now, we're on the verge. This is the other big story today, is that the nation is on the verge of another lockdown. Los Angeles in particular, in which, look, we are here, we are live, and the mayor is like, we're going to shut this city down. In the next 3 to 4 days, we're going to make a decision to go back down into complete lockdown once again, which is fucking nuts to me. So if the rest of America follows suit and some other cities, like, this is going to be complete fucking chaos, man. And it's starting to feel, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but this is starting to feel real political at this point. Like, as we start to get inch and inch closer to this election, like, Motherfucker, I've walked these streets now for a week at this point.
Yeah.
There is a gajillion homeless people walking around, no mask on. There's outside restaurants and all that shit with no mask on. Some people are wearing them, some people aren't. Like, it's fucking dirty. There's no way to clean this up at this point. So, in my opinion, let it go. Let everybody go back to work, at least. Because the rest of this city you've let gone to shit, but now you're concerned about this? Like,
Right.
the fuck do you care? Look
Yeah.
around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. It's like looking at a fucking trash dump and then saying, it'd be great if you could get that Pepsi can out of there. Would you mind throwing that away? Would you mind throwing that? It's like, dude, you're giving away a Tic Tac at this point. It's not going to fucking do anything. So it's starting to feel political to me, where it's like, man, people got to get back to work and get back to jobs. Like yesterday at lunch, I was dining next to two very pleasurable gay men who were hilarious, by the way. We had a lunch meeting, with a potential employee, and it was noon. High noon.
Sure.
Homeboys were 2 dirty martinis, double dirty martinis deep at noon.
Oh, noon, though, doesn't apply in LA.
Well, so here's the thing. I leaned over and I was like, hey, man, I was like, you guys doing dirty martinis at noon right now? And they were like, oh, yeah. And he goes, we don't have jobs, so what does it matter anyways? And I was like, you're right. You don't have jobs. And I looked around, and everybody else there didn't have jobs, and it was like,
But
all right.
that's not the excuse. Like, the thing with LA, too, is that everybody's weekend is a different day, right? Because of, like, what you do. So usually, like, service industry.
Sure.
Our weekend is, like, Monday and Tuesday.
Right.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So day drinking anywhere in the city, like, no judgment, because you never know when somebody's weekend is. It's
Sure.
not a Monday through Friday 9 to 5 city at all.
Yeah.
So you have no idea. So that's kind of the great thing about it here. One thing I want to say about the vaccine, real quick, is I'm worried that if it does come out, they're going to make all kids take it in order to go to school. That's the only thing I worry about. Again, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Got all the vaccinations that we need to get.
Sure.
I don't love a rush to market vaccine for my kid. And my only fear is that they're going to make kids take it in order to be in class, which
In
is
school?
like,
Yeah.
nothing about this has terrified me more. So just going to say
man,
that.
there's going to be a fight on this no matter what.
But anyway.
Yeah, because I'm with you. I wouldn't want my kids taking a fucking vaccine.
Like,
this
I'm not
early.
going to take it.
No.
Why? Like, giving it to my kids sounds like, and it's not for autism and all of that shit. It's that, it essentially gives it to you, right? And it's like the flu shot. You get the fucking flu, right? So it's just
the last time I got a flu shot, I was sick as fuck.
Yeah, and that's
therefore,
the idea.
I never got a flu shot ever again. I was like, there's no way I'm doing this. This is stupid.
Yeah.
This is fucking stupid. I'm
There's
sicker
some
now. Like, I would have rather
vaccines-
just got the flu.
Exactly. There's some vaccines that, like, they basically put a small amount of the flu in you
Yeah.
so that and if you have the antibodies already, you're fine. If you don't, then you're going to get the motherfucking flu. Now you're fine.
Right.
But I don't know. I can't with my kids. Like, I can't give something to my kids that I feel worried about taking myself, right?
Sure.
So that's going to be the next fucking fight between the Karens and the Susans, right?
It
So
is.
I'm not looking forward to that. So Pfizer, just take your time on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, really work it out.
You can't afford to. You can't afford to. But these cities are crumbling right now, and people got to get back to fucking work, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube Live right now, hammer that like button for us. Trying to beat the algorithm. I can't figure it out. I know we've talked about this in the past with the algorithm and all that bullshit. Happy to report yesterday that Spotify has now signed a deal with 10 other podcasts, including Joe Rogan, to do audio and video on Spotify.
I was gonna ask, does that mean he's exclusive? Like, is it gonna be on iTunes as well, or is he
No.
exclusive on Spotify?
He is exclusive on Spotify.
I was just making
and the
sure.
only thing that he is not exclusive on is clips. So his clips
On YouTube.
will still be able to run on YouTube.
Perfect.
His full shows Audio and video will be exclusive to Spotify. And then I know Rooster Teeth and some other people are on this deal with them. It was H3 is on there.
Okay.
And they're doing audio and video with Spotify. So I'm going to be real for our audience, man. I don't know if you listen on Spotify, but you know, once we are settled in Austin, because we're getting ready to build the sets and all that stuff in our new office, we are going to have a conversation with Spotify because this fucking bullshit with YouTube is crazy right now. We've 1.8 million listeners on this show. We have 50,000 subscribers on fucking YouTube. Like it's so fucking stupid. There's 128 watching live now.
It's hard to find. Even my brother was just like,
It's impossible to find. You have to type in the full name and like, I mean, look, I understand that we're shadow banned. We've had some controversial guests, but it is what it is. And like the Spotify thing at least gives me hope of like, hey man, there's no algorithm to that whatsoever. If you listen to that show, you're going to get the option of audio or video. Right. And congratulations.
Right.
So I'm amped for it, and I can't wait. But you know, we'll see how this shakes out. Because right now we're confined to this, and unless they do some type of YouTube after dark bullshit, like I don't know, because one of the shows
like
I'd like to see,
like the Peach Pit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like the Peach Pit After Dark.
Loved Peach Pit After Dark.
It's great. It was the best. That was Nat's.
How do you talk to an angel?
Yeah, you're talking about Ray Pruitt before he beat Tori Spelling. How do you talk to an angel? And then didn't he push Tori Spelling down the stairs?
Is he saying Asian?
No, an angel.
Okay.
But I believe he owned like a pumpkin patch. Right?
It wasn't it an apple? Was it an apple farm?
I think it was a pumpkin patch.
Pumpkin patch.
That's all I remember was a pumpkin patch, and I remember
Pruitt's
bits
pumpkins?
and pieces. Pumpkins.
Pruitt's pumpkins.
Pruitt's pumpkins. But if YouTube does an after dark fucking thing, I really want them to do a full show on Kanye now.
They have to.
The meltdown that is incurring is amazing. We've gotten a ton of messages of like, hey, are you following this Twitter meltdown? Yes. And I love it. Last night's was amazing. Kanye called his mother-in-law Chris Jong-un, which is really, really fucking funny.
On Twitter?
On Twitter, yeah. Yeah. Which is amazing. He said, then he went on to say, I think we all know that I am literally living the movie Get Out. That he's a black man trapped in a white household with all these fucking rich people.
What is wrong with him?
He's clearly having a mental break. So much so, in fact, that Dave Chappelle flew out to Wyoming yesterday and was just like, "Hey, man, I'm just coming here to check on you as a friend. Like, are you doing okay?"
Up, yeah, bro, yeah.
And Chappelle was trending all day yesterday, and they were like, "Man, it's cool that a friend, would reach out like that."
Yeah, so. You need to. You need to. He needs people to do that. This kind of goes along with the Free Britney thing, which has reared its head again. They both have bipolar, and
who is this?
Britney Spears.
Oh, Britney Spears. Yeah.
So they both have this same sort of disorder,
yeah.
And if you this thing of Free Britney, guess what? If you free Britney, this is the kind of shit you're going to get. Like,
if you want to see Free Britney, go to her Instagram. That's what Free Britney looks like. I mean,
that is Britney on meds that keep her happy and dancing and yoga. And it may seem crazy to you, but I want to let you know, if she is not on those, she will be Kanye, right? So what is it? What's better, right? And so I'm sure Kanye takes these fucking meds and hates them because he can't like do his shit, right?
Yeah,
he's kind of subdued. He's tired. He's loopy, whatever. Mm-hmm. He's Britney.
Yeah.
Britney's fine with it. Thank God Britney can dance and do yoga and burn down studios and whatever.
Sure.
And stay fairly safe and happy, as weird as she may be. But Kanye, I think, refuses to go down that road. And I feel like I would be the same. Like, I hate fucking medication like that, right? So this is what happens. And we all are, as we always do, sitting and watching with our popcorn. Dave Chappelle's the only one that actually is going and being like, hey, bro. But it needs to be someone even more a Dr. Drew,
Well,
someone
look,
that's going to be like, hey, bro.
Kim Kardashian last night went on there on her Twitter and just said, look, just ask for prayers because he needs help at this point. So
he needs help. Okay.
Yeah, she's saying, look, what you're hearing right now, she's defending his bipolar disorder.
Sure, but why is he not in a I don't know. If she
so here's the thing. They tried to, one of his rants last night was the family had an intervention and they tried to put him in a 5150 psych hold and get him to a psych ward to take his meds and all that shit.
And he wouldn't go.
No, he wouldn't go. And something happened. And I'm not saying what happened, but who knows? But they did try to do that. And that's when he went on this rant of Chris and Kim and everybody else is trying to fucking control me and take my shit away and blah, 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 blah. I understand the medication part. Like, I think the worst medication I was on was when I had shingles. What was it? 5 years ago, 6 years ago? Whatever it was, man, I felt awful and crazy and like.
Yeah, but that's not head meds.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Totally. So that's a lower level form of shit.
Sure.
I can't imagine taking that other type of shit for your head. Like, I can't even imagine it. After being on something like that for just this lower level shit, like head meds, fucking forget it, dude.
Yeah, because the scariest thing to me and what he's going through is like the scariest thing, to have your mind betray you because it's so powerful, right?
Right.
So like when your mind is against you, it's like if you're, multiple sclerosis, like things where your body starts to betray you, your mind betraying you is the fucking scariest thing because what do you do?
Yeah.
The medications suck.
Right.
I've tried a couple for, after like some postpartum, misdiagnosed postpartum stuff. And I was just like, I hate not feeling like yourself, right? You hate feeling like your thoughts and your feelings and everything are being controlled by a substance. That's not you're choosing for the evening, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Something that is just taking you down. So I get it. I get why he doesn't want to. And I don't know, thankfully with Britney, she has a father that can step in. Kanye doesn't.
Right.
So he doesn't actually have anyone.
His mom is dead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he doesn't actually have anyone that can step in and take over the way that Britney's dad did. Because if Britney didn't have that, which she has now, it's not free Britney. It's thank God Britney had someone that can keep her alive and somewhat happy. Kanye doesn't have that. He's not wrong about Chris, right? Like, I'm not sure if Chris really cares about him as a person. You never know with her.
No.
So he only has people around him that love, opportunities in the press, money, business, Right. There's no one that actually cares about him, his well-being. And that's what sucks. Even Kim. Defending him on Twitter and saying that, just get it done. Don't tell us what the fuck. Like, get it done.
Yeah.
If you really care about this person.
I don't know how. I mean, they're going to have to call some people in. We'll see how this all shakes out. But I don't know what to do in a situation like that. I've never been in one. I've never been in one where you had to call.
I'm sure there's a lot of red tape that you can't get through, right? Where it's like he's a grown man that like doesn't have anyone that, Yeah. He's a grown man. You can't make someone do anything.
Right.
Good and bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I truly have no idea on this one.
He'll have to do something where he gets like arrested or something, and then he can go 5150 after that. But
the Free Britney one was the wildest shit to me because, like, there was an article yesterday. She's been under this conservatorship
for a very long
years.
time. Yes,
10 years. That is a long fucking time for your father and your uncle to control you.
Guess what?
Even her sister spoke out and just said, "Hey, this is too much." And so did the mom. So I don't know what to think on that.
Not really. I mean, they've spoke out and been like, she's very strong. She's dealing with a lot. Like,
the sister said free Britney Spears. She came out 2 days ago and said free Britney. So I don't know. Who knows what to think in that fucking household? I have no idea what their whole family sitch is. The weirdest part is K-Fed has come out like a goddamn hero in this because he's the one that's been with the kids full time. She barely gets to see her kids, I heard. So
No, yeah.
you know, K-Fed. Who knew K-Fed would be the voice of reason in all of this? Amazing. Remember that song, Papa Zao?
Is that him?
Yeah, it was a K-Fed song.
Oh, God.
Real big. Yeah, it's K-Fed out there. A lot of construction in L.A. A lot going on here. New Stone song is out, James.
Really?
Yes. And it's fucking incredible. It is a lost track from like 1973 with Jimmy Page. And they remixed it, mashed it up 1974. And it's incredible. I mean, the wildest shit about the Rolling Stones is Mick's voice has relatively stayed the same.
Oh, yeah.
Therefore, he's able to go in and remix some of these tracks with his original vocals and do backup for himself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome. The song's amazing. People are flipping out, and they're just like, yo, what the fuck? And they did some interviews with Jimmy Page. For whatever reason, Jimmy Page and all the craziness of Zepplin, he remembered everything as clear as day. Like, everything. And told the entire story of making this song and this track and whatever. And Mick was like, he's like, hey, you know, Jimmy remembers everything. I was like, I don't really remember it. And we got a lot of messages of like, hey man, isn't this incredible? I can tell you this right now for a fact. There is hundreds of songs like this in their vaults that, because they were perfectionists, like they've never been released. And a lot of them were just like jam sessions where back in those days, like Clapton would come over all the time, like fucking Jimmy Page, all these weird people would stop in town and they'd have these jam sessions, record all of it, but never release it. So in a vault somewhere, I bet you there's probably close to 1,000 songs. And little by little, they're probably going to start to release these, but the rumor is they're going to drop like 3 more of these. I hope. It's amazing. You know, that the Stones are putting out the best music during the pandemic so far.
Yeah.
I haven't been amped with anybody's shit. Drake dropped a couple songs with DJ Khaled the other day. One was really fucking good.
Okay.
The other one, they auto-tuned him too much and it sounded like he was on helium. If you heard it, it sounded like a tiny Mexican boy, like a 14-year-old Mexican boy singing.
Oh, cool. That's fun.
Yeah. But DJ Khaled's still on his bullshit. It starts off with DJ Khaled, we the best. Another one. So he's now put all 3 of those at the beginning of the song.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. So like you
really a brand
definitely
master.
know that. Yeah, it's like he's got 2 more catchphrases for the Thanos Club, and you're like,
does he put almond milk in there?
He should. I mean, at this point,
if I was almond milk, I would pay for that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. DJ Khaled, another one. We the best. It's like, dude, how many more fucking tracks?
Why not?
You know, Schmucker's Grape Jams.
Yeah.
It's gotten crazy.
There would be no shame.
No, not at
in
all.
Him doing
but the song is great. The first one is. The other one is weird. Super fucking weird. The song's called, the one that I like is called Pop Star. The other one is called Grease. That it's just like, check it out. It's like a 14-year-old on helium. And you're like, oh, is that Drake or that? It literally could have been Giorgio or you on the fucking track. Like, I would
just
have no
auto-tune to like,
auto-tune to like the 90th degree. And it's like, all right, I guess.
Right.
You know? It's a decent beat. And you're like, why didn't you just sing it in your real voice? I don't really understand what happened here.
They were trying to do some 808 shit.
Yeah, I guess. But it's a weird time for music as well because a lot of these artists don't want to put shit out. We know everybody's been working on it. We had Birdsall on Drinking Bros the other day.
Yeah, but they don't make money unless they're touring. So it's
right.
For them, they selfishly, good for them. It's fine. But they're like, dude, in order for us to make money, we have to wait to put it out so that we can tour afterwards. Yeah, it's strange. So like, where's the music been this year? Where's all these album releases? Where is anyone? Like, God damn it, this entire year just feels like some weird lost year. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure what's going to happen. Barnes Courtney put out,
our fave, Barnes
Yeah.
Courtney. He
He's
put out a
great.
little four track LP or EP.
He's great.
That's fucking amazing. And, you know, so there is people doing things, but it's weird. It's like little singles here and there with the Stones and Drake and Barnes Courtney and these guys. Birdsall song comes out, I think, Friday. Here's a new song. So it's like, I don't know. It's a strange time right now. I'm definitely having a harder time with this here in Los Angeles than I was everywhere else.
Yeah, for sure.
This city feels like it is crumbling.
There's just too
and
many people to deal with it. I went to the grocery store yesterday, and the line outside to get in was...
They make you wait in a line to get in the grocery
Yeah.
store? Jesus Christ.
I went to pick up an interface. There was a huge line outside. There's just too many people to deal with something like this, right?
Yeah.
They're just too concentrated, living on top of each other. And then there's not enough people that are willing to go to work at these places. So you go inside and there's only like 2 or 3 people working.
Sure.
So they just don't have...
Strange. The whole thing is really strange. But if we go into a second lockdown, like a lot of people are predicting, yeesh. And I guess it's city by city. Trump will never do it, obviously. But the mayors are. So everybody here was bitching about Mayor Garcetti of LA.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you're in this weird spot right now where the governor can shut shit down. Individual mayors can kind of shut shit down for their own cities. Mm-hmm. The president is basically rendered useless at this point.
Well, Trump has been, yes.
Well, but here's the thing. What can he do? If he can't go on and say, hey, man, either we're under a lockdown or businesses are open and people can fight that and do whatever they want, what can a president really do? And I think that's what we're finding out.
You can say something.
In a time like this. He has. Like, he's gotten out there now. Has he handled this the best? No. But I don't know anyone who could. This is totally unprecedented. Mm-hmm. So what do you do? What's the right thing to do? Because I think I try to think about it like this. If a Democrat was in there, I think the country probably would have been shut down for 3 or 4 months. I don't know how you would have withstood that, right? Then what happens? A lot of these cities that are reopening and all this other shit, people are going by Democrats versus Republicans of who's doing it or whatever. We're going to find out in November what people really believe in, because these polls and everything else, like, people are going to go out and vote against this one way or the other. I can promise you that. I've met so many pissed off business owners out here that are just like, fuck this, man. I can't do anything, dude. And the last round of checks, by the way, of that $600 stops at the end of this week. Mm-hmm. So then what?
Yeah.
You're going to go back into a lockdown again in a city like this? Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. What are people going to do? The squatting thing, by the way, we keep hearing a lot about. Holy shit. I talked to 2 people last night that were talking about what should you do during a pandemic, especially in a city like Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. And they were like, hey, man, if I were renting right now in LA, and let's face it, more than half, what would you say, probably 80% of the city rents because you can't afford a fucking house out here. Mm-hmm. Everyone is just saying, squat. You have 6 months, 8 months? And they were like, you know, by that point, either the pandemic has either figured itself out or you can just fucking move on with your life and go somewhere else after that. Mm-hmm. They were like, I definitely wouldn't leave the place you're in, which was crazy to hear.
Yeah, that is crazy.
A lot of people moving back in with their parents right now. A lot. And even at the lunch I was at yesterday, it was like, hey, and some of it's because, hey, I need to take care of my parents. Mm-hmm. The other part is, well, if I'm going to be quarantined, I want to be with my family. Mm-hmm. Yeah, strange times. Because I don't think it's over. Like, the strangest part of this is over yet. Mm-hmm. And I keep thinking week by week. I was like, maybe we're past it. I don't anymore. And I think it's going to get stranger and stranger. And when I was talking to Matt Belinsky yesterday, when he was talking about, you know, he was asking me what percentage I give that there's not going to be something fucking gnarly that goes down before the election. I was like, 5% tops. Because you know something fucking crazy is going to come down in the next 3 months, right? So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I just have an eerie feeling now. I really do.
An eerie feeling?
Yeah, like it just feels ominous. Maybe it's just here. I don't know.
Yeah, it is just here.
Maybe.
Because like I was saying, I was just in Ventura for a week, and it was definitely not ominous.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's cool.
They're spiking, but it's cool.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, let's face it. I mean, they're spiking because there's more tests, you know? There's more tests available, so.
They're spiking because they're staying fairly open.
Oh, yeah. Well, whatever.
It's fine.
Whatever, man. We got some sponsors to pay for this whole fucking show to be on the air. First and foremost, ghostbed.com/drinking bros. Best in the biz. 30% off if you're a member of the military, if you're a first responder, if you are a teacher or in the government. You get 30% off everything in the entire store at ghostbed.com/drinking bros. If you're a regular civilian like myself, you get 25% off. If you get a mattress, you get 2 free pillows. Best goddamn greatest company in the world. The teacher thing, I talked to Rich Bernstein about it yesterday.
Yeah.
I said, hey, man, on the reels, like, I just want to thank you for that, like, for
Yeah.
our audience, like the teachers and the government workers and all that shit. Like, thanks, man. That's amazing. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, look, we're hearing it. The people are getting shut down in different cities and all that other shit. Because I guess what happens is at Ghostbed, like, people will write in and say, hey, because of COVID, is there going to be a delay on these? Mm-hmm. There is no delay. Dude, Ghostbed is not fucking missed. And it's been incredible. So, look, if you order it, you're getting that bitch in like 72 hours. Like, they've been on fire since this thing.
Right.
And if you go there, 36-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest there. So all the deals that I just talked about are applicable with that 36-month pay-as-you-go. So you're like at $30 a month. If I'm fucking shut in LA, I'm posting up with all of this shit, dude. You're not getting me out of that goddamn bed.
Right.
Next up, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com, James.
Boom, 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 boom. Shabloinkers.
Shabloinkers, kids. Strikeforce has been the only thing that's keeping me going through all of this. We've been on a brutal schedule. I think I've been living out of a bag for about 2.5 weeks. Strikeforce have been pounding that shit straight to the dome. 4 amazing flavors, no carbs, no sugars, no gluten, if you give a fuck about that. But it's a tasty, tiny little tin pouch you rip open and squeeze in any liquid available. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com today. Last longer than 5-hour energy, kids. I'm up and at 'em every goddamn day. Put a little boom, boom in that drink. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com today. Promo code Revolution, 20% off. Promo code Revolution, 20% off, 2020. That's StrikeForceEnergy.com. Last but not least, Jables.
Yes.
Manscaped.com. Yeah. We had 2 people in here last night doing table reads, and they were like, I got the fucking lawnmower 3.0.
Did you bring yours?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I got it. Why? Did you need it? All right. You can borrow it.
Look.
You can borrow it. I don't give a shit.
Why not?
Yeah, you've been damn near dead for 3 days. I'm sure you need,
Yeah, I want to just, feel normal.
Yeah, go ahead.
I almost died.
I feel like you did.
Yeah.
I feel like you did.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Maybe we'll get the antibody thing together.
Come on, that baby. IV place, the antibody test was $600.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I was like, hello.
Beef that.
Beef it.
Yeah, I had it. I lived through it. I'm awesome. And I'm using Manscaped on my pubic hairs, my balls, my mouth. It's amazing, man. Look, all you need is one kit of this. Just buy the kit. It comes with some ball deodorant. It's fucking amazing. It's good for pussies, dicks, everything, taints, balls.
Probably buttholes, too.
Buttholes. You're good to go, dude. It is the best product in the game. Everybody's asking, they're like, yo, dude, the UFC, it was the main sponsor for like the last 2 cards. Yeah, they're fucking huge. And so are we, except on YouTube, apparently. So, congratulations. Go to manscaped.com today. Promo code Revolution. Gets you 15% off there. It is well worth it. Nicest shit ever. By the way, when you get this product, you will thank me.
It's not a joke. I know
it's
sounds
not a joke.
It sounds
me.
funny, but it's like a really nice product.
Yeah, you will thank me on this. So, super amped that they're with us. I believe they're with us for the rest of the year. And looking forward to it. Because they just keep coming up with cool shit. So, pretty fucking amped about it. Want to talk about Marie Presley.
Okay.
son killed herself.
Her son killed himself?
Himself, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that whole family, man.
What the fuck,
Yeah.
bro?
It's just nothing but tragedy in that family, I feel like. So it's kind of crazy. Benjamin Kehoe is his name. Her daughter's an actress, Riley Kehoe. She's a pretty big actress. And yeah, she was like 21 years old. I'm not, it's one of those things, man. It's one of those families where it's like, you know, you're Elvis Presley's daughter. She was married to Michael Jackson.
Sure. And that was Soup's normal.
Yeah. I don't know what your existence is at that point. Like,
they were in love. Did you see them kiss?
What's that?
You saw them kiss, right?
Yeah.
The passion that they had. Palpable.
Palpable passion out of that. Totally believable.
Yes.
When I saw Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley kiss at the MTV Music Awards, I thought to myself, there is a strong heterosexual couple that is in love and they are having passionate sex. He definitely isn't licking children's buttholes.
No, he's
he was accused in the documentary.
Her. He was into her for sure.
And by the way, every time we talk about Michael Jackson, I get one message without fail. It just says, he was acquitted. He was acquitted. It's like,
nothing divided the country more, huh?
Yeah. And you know, there was a thing, like a huge article on cancel culture today and like the double standards of it and everything else. I think it was in the Wall Street Journal, and he's one of them. They still play his music everywhere you go. Whereas R. Kelly got ripped off the air.
And people refuse to talk about it.
Yeah. They refuse to talk about it, and it's just like, come on, man, what the fuck? I realize his music was great, but he did a lot of fucked up shit to children, so he deserves to die.
Sure.
The CDC in Canada is back with the best message for the coronavirus, and I'm going to read this aloud because you will not believe me, but it is completely 100% true.
Okay.
The CDC in Canada said glory holes would be the most effective method for safe sex.
Yeah, we reported on that.
Glory holes, Jessie, in Canada. That was here. So that was like a New York thing, right? When we did the story about glory holes here in New York,
right?
It was New York, right? And you were like, all right, I guess.
Okay.
Canada's getting on board with glory holes now. Here's the thing. Canada stayed silent out of this whole shit. I don't know what the coronavirus is there or if they even have it.
I don't know. They may not have it.
But if you come out and release something like this, clearly they do have a problem. But yeah, man. It says, and they're giving the residents of Canada a list here. So I'm going to read it off to you here for the glory hole list.
Okay,
in
please.
Canada.
Please, yeah.
Oh, Canada, your glory holes are strong.
We practiced that.
Yep. We rehearsed, and that is recording quality. Please
We are always
copyright that, Giorgio.
prepared for the show.
It says before and after sex, wash your body with soap and water. Nope. Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. No. Wash sex toys thoroughly with soap and water before and after use. Do not share them with multiple partners. Not a prayer.
Sure.
Hombre. Wear a face covering or mask. Heavy breathing.
During?
Oh, yeah. Let me get to it. Heavy breathing during sex can create more droplets that may transmit COVID-19.
Okay.
So if you're fucking out there, the Canada CDC wants you to wear a mask while you're having sex. That is a no-go. Now, here's where I'm for it.
Thank you.
Here's where I'm for it. So if they would have put something, like an asterisk and then like a footnote to this, if it's just said, look, if you're sleeping with under a 6, like if the girl is not a 6, yeah, put a full fucking face mask on her. Put a goddamn Jason mask on her if you want from Friday the 13th. Mm-hmm. That's acceptable. Like, no, but if it's a hot piece of ass, like, do not put a mask on her whatsoever.
Right.
I do not support that. Avoid or limit kissing and saliva exchange. So, you can't make out with somebody and you can't go down on somebody. That's essentially what you're saying there.
Okay.
Right? So you can just purely penis in holes. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you do if you're a woman. Scissoring, fingering? Yeah, I guess so. Choose sexual positions that limit face-to-face contact. So,
Doggy.
Doggy's the only one.
Donkey.
Doggy.
Donkey's the other one. You know donkey,
one,
right? Yeah.
Donkey style. Yeah, you hold the legs
donkey
up.
Style. You're holding your coffee.
Yeah.
You're holding a cup of Colombian.
So, all right. So Mish is out. We're out of missionary here. You're going straight doggy or reverse cowgirl or reverse cowboy. If you're gay, obviously.
Sure.
Or if you're getting pegged. I don't want to leave you guys out.
Fair.
Whew, this is really, there's a lot of rules. Use barriers like walls. Example, glory holes. This is where they came up with that allow for sexual contact, but prevents close face-to-face contact. So.
Okay.
Do you get a glory hole for your partner? Is that what you're doing? Like,
I think it's more of a vibe.
What is that?
No, so I mean, like you get like a plastic something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're saying like
a shower
the glory hole.
Sure.
Type sitch.
You cut a hole in a shower curtain?
You're not getting like drywall and insulated and get the hole. You know, you're not doing all of that.
Yeah. But
you are having a full barrier with genitals only exposed.
Okay, sure. Last one is
I'm
using
cool with
condoms. What do you? Well, I'll cut a hole in the shower curtain later. Fuck it, let's do it. We'll create a milking station if you want to do that. I'll lay down on a table and cut a hole through that bitch. And just
there you
milked.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Down. Well, it's not because I'm lazy. It's because the CDC is telling me.
I know.
Hey, man,
let's be real
you
here.
need a milking station. Next up, using condoms, lubricants, and dental dams may help to further reduce the risk of minimizing contact with saliva, semen, and feces during sex. Why do they have to put the last one in there? Feces?
What do you mean? Why?
Come on, man. I think they took it a little too far on that one.
You have to mention feces when you're talking about sex.
But do you have to? I guess my question is this: does feces cause coronavirus?
Any bodily fluid.
Okay, including feces.
Including and probably more so.
Okay. Let me ask you this then. Okay. Does that mean that's why the scat porn business has been down? Because there hasn't been a lot of scat porn lately.
There hasn't.
No, I feel like there hasn't
been how
anything new, James.
Oh, you haven't. It's just the same old scat porn that you've always been looking at.
Yeah.
There's no new
No. And I think there's
vids on X videos. Yeah. Okay, so you think that they're just not okay.
Oh man. And then the snitching that's going on is another fucking thing that gets me, man. Like, now people are taking pictures of celebrities not wearing masks. That's become the new thing. So Ted Cruz was on a plane and
not wearing
in first class, and this guy fucking snapped a picture of it. But he was drinking a cup of coffee. So
yeah. Bro, they say when you're eating and drinking, you take off the mask, put it back on when you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tennis player, Novak Djokovic, the Joker, who had the famous coronavirus party and said, fuck it, none of this exists, and they all got it. There's more pictures of him on the beach today, partying with people, and he's just like, dude, you're still not taking this seriously. He's had it. He's good now. Yeah, you can bitch about him before, but he's fine.
He's good, but he can still...
Fuck it.
Okay.
And then the other part of this, and this is the weirdest one to me, is so the NBA is still on track to play basketball in 8 days, right? It's supposed to start in July 30th. They're all quarantined in this bubble in Orlando and all this shit, right? There is a hotline number that the NBA has provided so that you can snitch on other players if you see them doing unsafe COVID activitive.
Well,
and I guess
they're trying to do everywhere.
I guess the lines have lit up, and there's somebody wasn't wearing a mask, or I feel unsafe, and it's like, fucking shut up. What I would like is for that snitch list to be made public, and then everybody's got to deal with that shit.
The snitch list?
Yeah, the snitch list. Make it all public and be like, oh, fuck. Because right now within the NBA, they're trying to guess who it is. They're like,
who's snitching?
Snitch?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I think you can pretty much tell a snitch when you see him.
You can. My money's on Dwight Howard. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That fucking snitch.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And then last but not least here, James, because I know this is important and near and dear to your heart, is Orlando Bloom has lost his dog.
My God, the mindless news that's coming out of this fucking...
Dead. They have treated this like it
virus.
was a missing child.
I know, because they have no other fucking news. And I look at this shit, they're talking about Kelly Ripa. There's no more mindless news that you will get than Kelly Ripa news. And they act like it's this Kelly Ripa says her and Mark are sad that their high schoolers are going to... You're like...
Right.
Why do I care? She never does anything.
Mm-hmm.
This just seems like mindless news. I do love a Mickey Rourke and De Niro fight.
Hang on, James, because I really want to expand on this Orlando Bloom story.
Dude, it's so fucking stupid.
If you'll let me, I just want to read the final piece today. So he is, I guess, engaged to Katy Perry. They're about to have a kid.
Yeah.
Didn't she lose a fucking dog too in the Hollywood Hills?
Probably.
Same thing?
She's one that would make things like, is it a conspiracy?
It's not a conspiracy. It's just they probably live where there's a lot of coyotes and shit in the top of the hills.
Yeah.
Pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
He's one of those tiny dogs. The dog's name was Mighty. But they've been reporting on this every day as if this was fucking, JBR. If this was John Benet Ramsey, like that was missing.
I know.
It was like, all right,
and
cool.
I can't.
So
I cannot.
Today, TMZ says Orlando Bloom has ended his search for his beloved dog Mighty after finding his collar. You found the collar. So
I want to see the documentary. I want to see the Netflix documentary on this whole thing from beginning to end.
Same. And I'm going to read his statement that he posted on Instagram if you'll allow me to, Japes. Big news day.
I won't, but you're going to go anyways.
Yeah, I'm going to do it anyways. Orlando posted a heartfelt message to all of the folks that were concerned or helped in the search. Apparently, there was a search party. I know you guys were wondering, was there a search party for Orlando Bloom's dog? Yes, there was, because
oh my God.
Because why not? It's Los Angeles, and apparently nobody has anything to do, and it doesn't really matter. So his statement was this, James. Mighty is on the other side now.
Oh no.
After 7 days of searching from sunrise to sunset and into the wee hours.
Oh.
Today, the 7th day, the number of completion, we found his collar.
The number of completion?
I don't. What is? Does anybody have any idea?
That's some Q shit there. That's some Q shit, right?
It seems weird, right? The seventh day he rested? Yeah. Is he comparing his dog to Jesus?
I think humanity, all humanity.
All of humanity.
Yeah.
So he goes on to say, because this didn't stop here, obviously, and I'm not going to stop, because we need to treat Orlando Bloom's dog Mighty with the respect that he deserves. I have wept more this week than I thought possible, which has been very cathartic and healing. I left no stone unturned. Whoops. Unturned.
Calm down.
Sorry
dude.
about that. That
Calm
was definitely
down.
a misread from me.
Get him some new scat porn over here. He's fucking
talking about scat porn, and then I've left no stone unturned. I left no stone unturned.
Turned.
Sorry about that. I left no stone unturned.
Okay.
Crawled through all the manholes.
Wow,
under the
wow,
roads.
Wow.
Under the roads. Searched every backyard and creek bed. I've lived in LA for 18 years. I've never seen one creek here.
Because they build houses where you're not supposed to build them. So your little tiny dogs are going to be eaten by wildlife.
Yeah.
Because your house is not supposed to be on the tippy top of a hill.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He said, I had 2 separate sniffer dogs do their best work as well.
Stop it.
Yes. Yep. I feel
like body searching?
Yes. Yeah. Sniffer dogs, dude. He hired 2 sniffer dogs.
Sniffer dogs?
Yeah.
It's not.
It's a working dog, but whatever, man.
It's not called that, but carry on.
So he hired the best of the best to come out. He says, I feel so grateful to have learned from my little mighty man that love is eternal and the true meaning of devotion. Afterwards, Orlando went and got a tattoo of Mighty. He thanked everyone in the Santa Barbara area. Oh, so they're in Santa Barbara.
They're in Santa Barbara?
Yep. Somebody took that dog. I don't know if a wildlife got that fucker now.
I'd check
This
Oprah's
is the
house.
ultimate crime corner.
I'd check Oprah's house. She's in Montecito and she loves a little dog.
Yeah. So
Kevin Costner maybe took it.
He got a chest tattoo of the dog. It's a circle of the.
When his baby is born, he's gonna really regret that bullshit. He's gonna go, fucking A, I was such a loser, dude. Do you remember when I was like fucking so broken up over that little piece of shit dog?
Boy.
Now I have a baby?
So, by the way, not even close to being done with this. Orlando ended his Instagram post by saying, I feel sure he was looking down on me, whistling in every backyard and knowing that I was doing all I possibly could to respect our bond. He was more than a companion. It was a soul connection for sure. I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you. R.I.P. My mighty heart, my little fellow. Rest in peace, Mighty. Man. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. James. Not a dry eye in the house right now. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Whew, I got chicken skin.
What a loser.
I got chicken skin after reading that. Giorgio's crying.
Yep.
You're getting a little emotional.
Dan came out. He's actually crying.
I am really caught up in this.
Yeah.
That's memorial to Mighty, Orlando Bloom's dog.
The searching is great. Do what you have to do. You love
Two
your dog.
sniffer dogs.
Do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Like that's great. You want to feel like no stone was left unturned. But
Yeah, you can't unturd that.
you can't unturd
No.
the stones.
No.
But the writing about it. And that's the amazing insidious genius of Instagram and social media.
Yeah.
Where people are like, since you asked.
Yeah.
And you're like, I only asked because you posted the picture of it and now I'm wondering. Do you know what I mean? Well, since you asked, lost my dog. And you know what I mean? And then you just like go, didn't want to have to.
Someone save my life tonight. Boom, 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 boom. Put on that Elton John song.
Yeah.
And
think
just
about Mighty.
Think about Mighty. Think about Orlando Bloom.
The
Think about
entire
his chest tattoo. Yes. And you're right. You will, you nailed it on the head when you said once he has a child, that rest of that bullshit will end. Like, look, we had a dog pass away.
You will feel.
We had a dog pass away.
Yes,
but
and it was
two
very
children.
sad.
Yes, I'm very sad about
Yes.
it. I was very sad at the time. However, we have two small young children that it's like, man, I can't do this bullshit because I have children.
And Tom
real
Segura
human
said
children.
it the best too, right? In his last special where he was like, dude, I love my dog.
Yes.
Love my dog. He's my best friend. I've had him before. Like, he is everything to me.
Mm-hmm.
If he ever did anything to my kids, I would kill him with my bare hands.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So that's the difference.
Right.
And you only see it, and I hate there's going to be a bunch of dog moms or dog dads on here that will probably get pissed, and I'm sorry, but it's just different. If you just have the dog, sure.
Sure. Your life
if you
changes with children.
It's
where it's
a
like,
different
all right,
kind of love that you
yes.
never fucking knew. And the greatest love at that point that you could feel in that way, unconditionally, is with a pet, right? You can love your significant other, you can love your girlfriend, parents, all of this. But there's something about the dog, unconditional, right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
completely different, and it's the best whatever. It's the love that you feel about taking care of something that's yours. That all goes down the toilet in a big pile of shit.
Right.
Once you have a child.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, and I don't want to be a bitch, but it's just the fucking truth.
And there's, because there's other things, like, especially with young kids, like when you're chasing them all around and all that stuff, and it's like, yes, I am sad, but when you have children, it's a different story. So like single friends or people who don't have kids anymore, it's like, I understand that pet is your life, right? But once you have kids, it's like, all right, great. I have 80 other things to do and it sucks, but like, you know.
It's just different. It's not like if you have 2 kids and one of the kids hurts the other one, you're going to kill him with your bare hands. It's just completely fucking different.
Right.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe Orlando Bloom could take comfort in that. If that dog would have scratched his child, he would have fucking gotten rid of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, he will know that, and he'll be like,